to
Abies
have.
Sonia Ebenezer Bamigbayo is a multifaceted woman with a commitment to positive transformation, a distinguished professional dedicated to facilitating positive change in people's lives through counseling, coaching, mentoring, public speaking, writing, and the application of positive psychology principles, neuro-linguistic programming, emotional freedom techniques, and matrix reimprint, and also family systems engineering. With over a decade of experience in educational environments, Sonia holds a Master of Science in Counseling and Positive Psychology, as well as a postgraduate degree in Teaching and Learning from Manchester Metropolitan University, which has contributed to her expertise in her field. She is also a member of British Association of Counselling and Psychotherapy, as well as National Council of Integrative Psychotherapists. Women of Purpose, let's make welcome Abies Sonia.
All right. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you very, very much. It's not online. Okay. Anyway, let me just start first. Thank you so much, it's a gift for having me in your platform. I really do appreciate. And Sister Kiki, thank you so much to everything you said. And it's really lovely to see you here today. Can you hear me? Okay. All right. Fine. Fantastic. So I was going to try and share my screen. Let me see how that is going to work. Yes, I can share my screen. I'm going to put it on a slideshow from the beginning. So I hope you can see my screen, because right now I can no longer see everybody. So I'm going to be speaking on a woman and a purpose and a health. That's what I've been asked to speak on today. So a woman and a purpose, thriving in health. I remember when I was trying to do this, and I really do hope you can see me. You can send me a direct message to my WhatsApp, please, because now I can't see anybody. I can't see anybody at all because I'm sharing my screen. So I remember when I was preparing for this session, and I felt God urging me that it doesn't have to be fancy slides and all of that stuff. Just go there and share from your own experience, because this is something that you have experienced. So today, before I start, if you can see my screen, I want to quickly do a very, very short quiz, and it's going to be based on a woman and a longevity. So what do you think as of today is the average life expectancy of women? I want you to write it down. Write it down. What do you think? Do you think it's 60, 70, 80? What is it? And then the next one is, what imparts women's longevity the most? Do you think it's the nutrition, physical activity, inactivity, chronic stress, spiritual disconnection? And then the third one is, which of these diseases is strongly linked to chronic stress? Do you think it's heart disease, diabetes, hypertension, or depression? For the sake of time, I'm going to quickly share my answer. So the first one is around 73 to 75 years old. But women are spend them due to stress, due to poor health. But as women of God, God said He will give us long life. He will satisfy us with long life. I'm claiming more than 100 and above. 100 and above. I don't know what you're claiming. But it's one thing to claim, and it's another thing to ensure that you are doing the right thing that you're supposed to do. So remember that when you are claiming, you also have to put action with it. And then the next one is the one that imparts our this thing more is chronic stress. Okay? Chronic stress. It kind of make our spiritual, it causes us to have a spiritual disconnection as well. And then the next one is all of them, all of them is the heart disease, diabetes, hypertension, depression is linked with chronic stress because it's kind of lowers our immune system and it affects the body, the mind, and the spirit. I want us to also think about purpose. What is purpose? For me, purpose is something that we set out as an objective to be achieved. I believe that God created every one of us, although in his likeness and his image, he has given us a purpose. There is a reason you are here on this earth. And we have to realize that even though there is a reason you are here, you have to ensure it is your duty to ensure that you fulfill that purpose. However, what are the things that could impart it? One thing is your health, and it can show up biologically, your hormones, your changes in your body, menopause, your genetics. There's another thing that also affects a woman's health is the culture. What is the gender expectation in terms of stress management, in terms of caregiving as well? Who does most of the caregiving? Our lifestyle, which is as a result of overworking, poor sleep, lack of exercise, and our psychological layers as well. It can lead to burnout as a result of people pleasing, unresolved trauma, and as a result of our loss and our connection, our disconnection from God. If your phone is on 50%, you'll be looking for the nearest place to quickly charge your phone. However, when you have not, oh, okay. So, however, when you have not talked to your God, you don't even feel it. You don't even know what exactly is going on. You just carry on. I want to talk to us today from a point that a woman is a tripartite human being. A man is a tripartite human being. We are all tripartite. We have a body, we have a mind, and we have a spirit. If any of this area suffers, it will weaken the other parts. So the true health that we are seeking for as women of God, as a human being, is harmony, not the hustle and the bustling that we focus on. A woman of purpose must be very, very much aware of each of the season they are in. You have to be aware. So, one thing, the first thing is you should be aware of your purpose. What is your purpose? For me, I believe that my purpose is to be a positive, a global positive change agent with my skills and with my talents. So, for some people, they might say they are still on the journey, they don't have clarity yet. But this purpose that sound good, that sound great, was what almost led to my early demise. I will tell you why. When you become aware of your purpose, there is a belief behind that purpose. There is a belief that will come out from it. In every experiences in our life, there is always a belief. You have to be aware of that belief. My belief was that in order to be a global positive change agent using my skills and my talent, I have to ensure that it was great standard. I have to believe that whatever is worth doing well. So what that means is that in anything that I was doing everything mostly by myself because I believe that whatever I do, I will do it well. I have to do it to the right standard. So I was doing almost everything by myself. And another thing, remember I said that I had a belief that whatever is worth doing well. It means I believe that if I want to do anything, I have to ensure that I was trained for it. Hence, I have two masters now. I have to ensure that I was trained for it. So that needed capital. And I believe that I should be independent. So I should be able to finance whatever it is I needed to do. So I began the journey that even though I had a professional job, I also was doing side businesses. And all of these things require energy, require my time. So my time was spread across everywhere. And sooner rather than later, it was telling. I had values as well because your belief will feed into your values. My value was that I have to be independent. I have to support people. So sometimes I will go out of my way to support people in order to be able to fulfill my purpose. So that as well added to the compilation of issue stress. So even though I had capacity to fulfill my purpose, but the way I was doing it was not the right way. So this was telling I was mentally drained, I was emotionally drained, I was physically exhausted. I was burned out that my body was bringing out hives, broke out with hives, had these rashes, and it was itchy like mad. I took a comb and I was crushing my own body. It was that bad. I would not wish that on anybody. I had to start taking medication for that. And when that cleared out, as if that was not enough, I had another one again. And still, that did not stop me. Instead, I decided to change my job and I left the educational setting. I thought, oh, that was too much. But I had not taken into consideration the other things that I was doing as well. I was doing cakes. I was doing some retailing as well. And I thought, here, I'll become my own boss. If I become my own boss, I can use my time better. But you see that thing, when you start looking at the surface and you do not look at the root cause of your problem, you will just be sorting out little things that is not the core of what you should be doing. So a woman in purpose, you must be self-aware of what is happening, the symptoms in your body. What does it mean when you have a bloodshot eyes? What does it mean when you're having constant headache? What does it mean when you're having constant pain all over your body? A woman of purpose, what does it mean? You need to ask yourself. Be real with yourself, a woman of purpose. You need to be real. What is this purpose driving you? What is it turning you into? It will bring habits whereby you want to do everything for yourself. You need to be watched. You need to be mindful of that because nobody can be an island of itself. You need to remember, as a woman of purpose, you are a tripartite human being. So you must be aware. What season are you at? Even though your purpose is there, what season? You remember, even Esther, that is our point of reference. She did not achieve all her purpose at once. There was a time she was being prepared. There was a time where Mordecai was giving her advice and she was taking advice from other people. There was a time it was time for her to step actively into her purpose. What season are you at, a woman of purpose? You need to know your season. It is so important. If you don't know your season, you want to achieve your purpose that is supposed to take 20 years. You want to achieve it in 5 years or in 2 years. You will burn out, you will be roasted, you will not make any difference. And it can lead to frustration. So, a woman of purpose, how are you doing it? Stress. I'll talk about stress. Stress, do you know that it is connected to almost all major health conditions? You can ask doctors if you are not aware of this. Do you know that stress is linked to high blood pressure and is heart disease as well? Do you know that it can elevate your sugar level, which can contribute to diabetes? Are you aware, a woman of purpose, that stress can weaken your immune system, which can fast forward the progression of cancer? Are you aware that stress can increase your cortisol, your memory loss? You go into a room, you can't even remember of why you were there, of what you wanted. Are you aware that it can lead to weight gain in on different parts of your stomach? It can lead to different weight gain in unusual places. You'll be wondering, upon all the exercise I'm doing, why is it not working? Your body keep the score. Are you aware that stress releases cortisol in your body, which is not good for you, which can make you become hypervigilant? You are in a state of constant fight or flight, what next? And it can lead to anxiety. A woman of purpose, are you aware that stress can result to high BP, inflammation, whereby you are having cold? I remember when I was in the educational setting, I was always having cold. It's from one flu to another, and my voice was deteriorating. There were different things that was just happening at the same time. It was a joke. Are you aware that long-term stress can impact your hormone system? That is what happened to me. There was a time I even thought I was pregnant. I went to buy the pregnancy test, my beloved. I bought 3 different pregnancy tests. I was not pregnant. My period just stopped because the stress level that I was in was too much for my body to even release anything for my menstruation cycle to continue. So it has to preserve me, and my menstruation stopped for a bit. Some people have insomnia. I hope you are aware that this is related to stress as well. I want you to reflect and think, what is your body telling you? I had red bloodshot eyes. My body was telling me, Sonia, rest. I still carried on. I was having pain in my joints. My body was telling me, Sonia, rest. I carried on. One more thing to do. Now I want you to reflect and ask yourself, which one symptom are you experiencing over and over again, but you postpone it and you are ignoring it? Please, a woman of purpose, reflect and think of it. Do not postpone it, because your spirit is there, your mind is there. But the only reason you are still on this side of this world, it is because you have a body that is a container that is housing everything. Without that, you can't fulfill any purpose. So I want you to write down one area where your health and your purpose need alignment. What is the one action that you need to take to honor your body? The Lord God said, our body is a temple. God dwells in you. He dwells inside of you. So how is the temple? How are you looking after the temple? There are so many diseases out there that the genesis, the foundation was stress, and then it metamorphosed into different things. And then here the big name, you cannot even trace it back to stress as the genesis of it. Now let's move on to the mind. We're all having this also. We want to do something, we want to do something, we want to do other things, multiple streams of income. Don't get me wrong, it is great. But do you know that burnout starts from the mind? Like I told you, I knew my purpose, but it brought up some belief and some values, which was not the best for me. A woman of purpose, how is your mind? What is the state of your mind? Remember, the Proverb 31 woman that we all want to emulate, she delegated. She collaborated with the people in her household. She stayed wise. So what is that thing in your mind? A lot of people, they are asleep, but their mind is very much awake. Do you know that anxiety, depression, they are health issues? The battlefield of the mind is real. The mind that is telling you, oh, you are 40, you've not achieved anything. Look at your mates. You may be age mates. You have to remember that you are not great mates. We all have different seasons. There was a time that Deborah was a wife. There was a time that Deborah stepped into another office as a judge, as a prophetess, as a mother of Israel. So you cannot compare your summer with someone else's autumn. What is your season? Why are you panicking, looking at other people, and you are using their standard as yours, measuring your progress? A woman of purpose, you need to focus on your focus and renew your mind every day. The Bible said, though we are of this world, though we are in this world, but we are not of this world. So daily you are supposed to renew your mind. So I want you to identify the things in your mind, the thoughts. Some people, the way you talk to yourself, the voices in your mind, it is loud, it is aggressive, it is rude. That if I speak to you like that, you will cut me off. But you, every day, you have that conversation in your mind. You are not enough. You are not good enough. I look at your mates. What are you doing? You are wasting time. Your mind has become your self-sabotage. I want you to look inward, identify those beliefs that is triggering stress for you, that is making you to have that automatic negative thought in your mind that is ringing you and making you feel stagnant. Meanwhile, you are making progress. You are not where you used to be, even though you are not where you're supposed to be, where you want to be. But one thing I know He said, the plans that I have for you are plans of good and not of evil, to bring you to your expected end. So, a woman of purpose, what is your mind telling you? Your voice needs to be soft. Your voice needs to be tender. That conversation you're having inside of you, you need to be tender, because you're a woman of worth and a woman of value. Surround yourself with women who will collaborate, not compete. A woman that will inspire you, not compare. A healthy mind reflection. I want you to think. Give compassion to yourself. There are some people, when I have session with, I ask them, do you love you? Oh my word, the silence is deafening. And they just keep quiet. Why do they not love themselves? Because they've not been able to achieve what they want to achieve. There is that hate there. Unresolved trauma. If you are a woman here today, a woman that is traumatized, it will be very difficult for you to fulfill your purpose without delay. If you know you are carrying any trauma weight, go and get it resolved and heal. Begin your healing journey. You need to move in alignment of God, because there are certain things that will see. They take times and season. This is why I like Ecclesiastes 3. He said there is a time and season for everything under the sun. So you need to know what is your season. You need to focus on progress and not perfection. A woman of purpose should remain rooted. If you are not rooted, I'm telling you, your health, if you are not spiritually rooted, you will just be frustrated. I remember when I was running Eta Sketa and I felt God laying in my heart telling me, Sonia, it is not by power or by might, it is by the Spirit of God. So you can run Eta Sketa. And ever since then, when favor opened door for you, you will know that all the season that you thought you were in obscurity, you were in preparation season. And at the right time, when opportunity meets preparation, success is inevitable. So, a woman of purpose, if you feel you are not shining enough this time and you are getting frustrated, you need to start praying. You need to start getting to hear God, getting aligned with the season you're in, and enjoy it before the time comes where you are going to be very, very busy. So that you will know yourself very, very well. And you know what your body is giving you, so you know how to prioritize your health. You need to be spiritually rooted by not using prayer as an emergency, but also as a spiritual connection with God, your creator. Our God is not God that will just give you presents alone, give you gift and talent. You need to open enough space in your heart for God to feel it. When you get your discernment, what other people are running to get will come to you with ease. So you need to learn to create a sacred process in your life and make space for God. You need to meditate. You need to learn to worship. Anybody that worship before God, you will stand before any man and they will favor you, because God will go before you. I have experienced this, and it's not even a joke. When I used to run a Tasketa and walk in favor, it is way different. A woman of purpose, in order for you to remain in health, you need to learn to fellowship with God and live a lifestyle of gratitude. A woman of purpose. Purpose is not performance. It is not jetting from here to there. It is part of it, but it's not the main purpose. There are some people that are achieving their purpose. You don't even hear of them, but their purpose, they are achieving it. Nobody heard of Jael before she finished off Sisera. It was a time, Deborah declared. It was a time, and she did it. She did her job, her purpose very well, but nobody knew about her before then. A woman of purpose must not neglect her spirit. You must remain connected to it to get discernment, for you to draw strength from your maker. I want you to look at this image. Picture it. You are a tripartite human being. The mind, the body, and the spirit. You see that three legs is harmony, balance. When one, your health physically is suffering, one is already shaking. Or your spiritual life, if you are spiritually blinded, this contract you are supposed to run away from, you will go and take it and they will zap your energy. A woman of God, you need to know your energy zappers. Or your mind is corrupted. You are busy comparing and having jealousy, or you are bringing yourself down, self-sabotaging, imposter syndrome. You will not be able to, even when the opportunities come, you will not be able to show up for yourself. So, what does harmony look like for a woman of purpose? Body, rest it and stay in reading. Know yourself, know when you're tired. Incorporate things that will renew your body into your schedule. Mind, renew and release. A woman of purpose must forgive. If you don't learn how to forgive and you hold grudges, that is cancer of the mind. It will hold you back. A woman of purpose must meditate and discern. I'm nearly done. You must, you know, include mindfulness as part of your daily practices. Check in with yourself. I love the body scan whereby I just sit down. Even if I'm having my lunch, I am just thinking, what is going on with my body? Taking a deep breath in and breathe out. A woman of purpose, pause right now. And I want you to take a deep breath in, out. Take a deep breath in again and out. A woman of purpose, I just want you to scan your body from your head. What does it feel like? I want you to pay attention to your face, your facial features. What does it feel like? A woman of purpose, I want you to pay attention to your neck. How is your neck? How is it carrying your head? I want you to pay attention to your shoulders, a woman of purpose. Pay attention to your hand. Is it light? Is it heavy? Shake it. A woman of purpose, I want you to pay attention to your chest. And then quickly move on to your back. How does it feel like? Move on to your waist part. And then we're going to run it to your thigh. And you move on to your kneecap. What does it feel like? Move on to your legs. And then let's move on now to your feet. What does it feel like, a woman of purpose? Run through it. Is everything okay? Run through it. This simple thing can help you detect, because sometimes the busyness will make us not to notice things until it's too late. A woman of purpose, when was the last time you went for a walk? Mindfully, just walking, not thinking about anything. Pick things. Do you want to admire the trees today? Do you want to admire, the colors? Just look at things in your environment. A woman of purpose, when was the last time you pick a Bible verse and you just meditate on it? The Lord is my shepherd. And if the Lord is your shepherd, are you supposed to be worried? Does it mean that everything will work out for your favor according to Romans 8:28? A woman of purpose, when last did you renew your mind with the word of God, or you only run to pray when things are getting tough? A woman of purpose, when last did you visualize to see where you are at in your purpose, to savor the moment and to thank God in gratitude? A woman of purpose, you must play. Oh, me, I know how to play like a child now. Play. You may not have the time to exercise, but play. Whether it's to do hula hooping, skipping, or play Jenga with your children, or do connect for. A woman of purpose, you have to learn how to play. It stimulates your brain and improve your function. It helps your mind to be at a positive state. It helps to prevent burnout. And the best thing, I help you to be productive and help to release dopamine in your body, not cortisol, that stress release. A woman of purpose, I want you to remember, it is very important for you to do your routine medical checks, your blood works. For me, if I feel lightheaded very often, I know that my iron level is low. I need to go and do my blood works. It might be your tummy D. Go and do your blood works. I remember when I turned 40 and they sent me, we call it MOT, where they'll come and do all the checks in your body. When I got there and they were like, okay, they did all the checks. I don't like needles. And they took my blood and they did blood works. They did everything and all the result was clean. I was so happy. A woman of purpose, you have to do medical routines. You have to check your hormone. You have to know if you are premenopausal or if you are going through menopause, because your mood, it will alter your body hormones. Maybe you need to top up with your hormones. A woman of purpose, you have to do your smear test to prevent cervical cancer. You have to take your vitamins, a woman of purpose. You have to do breast cancer screening. It is so important. When they catch it on time, a lot can be done. You have to know your lifestyle. Exercise, eat healthy, plan self-care. Like me, once in a month, I must go for my massage because I've already booked it ahead. I booked it to January now. Once a month, I must go there. So when I booked it ahead, so there's no, oh, I don't have the time. No, I have to incorporate it into my time. You have to have quality rest. Stay away from the buzzing, the notification of things, media all over. You have to manage your energy, your resources, and your time. How do you do this? Learn to say no. No is a full stop. We have to learn not to make other people's emergency our priority. What is that all about? People knew that they had to do something. They couldn't do it. They'll bring it to your doorstep at the last minute, and you have other things. If you cannot do it, you already have your schedule. Just say no. Perhaps offer time for another time, and it's perfectly fine. Okay? A woman of purpose, you have to learn to know that if you are mentally, emotionally, and physically drained, it is burnout. And what is the main culprit? Chronic stress. Your people pleasing might be related to trauma. A woman of purpose. Go and know why you are people pleasing. Why you always need validation from other people. Unresolved trauma can mask as anything. So you have to go and resolve it to heal the inner child, to heal that trauma and that hurt. A woman of purpose, the abuse, the neglect, whatever it is you've gone through might not be your responsibility, might not be your fault, but healing is your responsibility. So you must do it because that is health. You must have a deep connection with God. See, you can't do anything without God. If you are blinded spiritually, you will just be exhausting your energy for nothing. The reward will not be much. So, a woman of purpose, get aligned. Remember, a woman in alignment with her heart and purpose is unstoppable. So, you need to prioritize yourself as a tripartite human being. Your body is the vehicle for your purpose. You must look after it with love. Closing reflection. You are not just a human doing, you are a human being. Your purpose will flow better in peace and in harmony. What does that look like? Get your stakeholders involved. I remember when I went back for another master's, I sat my husband down, sat my children down, and I told them, Mommy has to go in this journey, and I need all your help. They are my stakeholders. I told them, please, I will need all your support. So what does that mean? Everything changed. My husband was able to do more with the children. When it's time for my assignment, I communicate it with them. All of them helped me, and together we all made that, that journey easy, and it was good. A woman of purpose must learn to ask for help and accept help. You are not an island. You need a lot of people to be around you to help you. You have to learn to live from inside out. The chaos, the world is very chaotic. Live from the inside. When the inside is settled, you will always triumph despite anything. So remember, caring for your health is not vanity, it is stewardship and it is sanity. I want to thank you for your time today. I want to thank Minister Gift again for having me on your platform. And I hope this has blessed someone today. And, you know, let me see.